This is video 5, how do I choose? Now that's a lot of information about the types of courses, about units, about board developed, about pathways. How now do you choose? So you might be feeling a little bit like this right now. Your brain's going off in lots of different directions. How are you going to make these decisions? So let's have a look. Right, the first thing to understand that it's all about you. It's your HSC. They're your final years at school. You are going to have to do all the work. So you need to decide the kind of experience you want to have over the next 2 years. You need to choose the pathway that works for you. Now, you're going to have a lot of people giving you advice, saying, oh, I should have done this, or you should do this, or this is the best way to do it. Listen to their advice, but then you need to take that information and make the best choice for you. Don't choose a subject just because your friend is in it, because that is not going to be an enjoyable 2 years with that amount of work for you to do. Parents and teachers, we're going to be telling you stuff too. We want you to do what we want you to do. However, you're doing the coursework, you're doing the assessments, you're doing the exams. Listen to the advice, but then make the best decision for you, because we've finished school. This is what you have to do. All right, so making these decisions, things to consider when you are making this choice. The first thing I really want you to think about is passion. Okay, you are more likely to perform better in subjects that you love and courses that contain things that you really like to do. Now, HSC level work is a step higher. You're expected to do a lot more independent work. You're expected to be more independent student. That is much easier to do if you love what you're doing. If you love it, you'll perform better in it naturally, and then a high performance gets you a higher HSC mark. And if you are performing well across all your subjects because you love them, you're going to get a better HR. Ability. What are you already good at? What skills do you want to build on and extend? Have a chat to your teachers about the levels of English and maths and things that you're capable of, but think about how do you want to challenge yourself with stuff you're already good at. Career aspirations and needs. Does the job or the industry you want to explore when you leave school, do they have a particular subject that they need you to study or need you to have skills in? Syllabus requirements. Does that subject have a practical or a major work component? Does that subject have mandatory work placement? Subject combinations. Do these combinations of subjects work for me? Will I have a lot of major projects due at the same time, or will that be too hard? And your other commitments. How will your subjects and their requirements work with your casual job, with your SBAT, home responsibilities, your groups? How will that fit in? And opportunities. What amazing learning, skills, experiences will the courses give you? Is there something you've always wanted to learn or cover or study at school? Now is your opportunity to do it. And as we know, opportunity is one of the values that we have here at Mulwaree High School. Right, once you've considered those things, you put your selections in. Is there an opportunity to make any changes? Yes, early in year 11. So earlier in year 11, the beginning of next year, you will be given a certain number of weeks where if the subject isn't right for you, if it's not what you thought it was going to be, you'll have some flexibility to change courses or to change pathways if they're not right for you. However, after that period, you will only really have the opportunity to go down a course level. You won't be able to go up a course level because you wouldn't have completed the preliminary requirements to progress into the HSC course, and that's why you can only go down. So for example, you might be in English Advanced and you might at the end of year 11 decide you're going to move to English Standard. You might go from Maths Standard 1 to Numeracy. You can't go up because you haven't completed the prerequisites in that preliminary course for it. The same applies to the pathway that you choose. Once that initial period in early year 11 is over, you will really only have the opportunity to move down a pathway, as the requirements for each pathway are very different. So you could move from an ATAR pathway to an HSC pathway, or move from an HSA pathway to a ROSA pathway. You won't be able to go the other way.